mummy's with the maggots now.
Death has come to your little town, Sheriff.
Well, hi there.
Hello and welcome to Would You Die, the show where it's Sadako's fury and she put a curse on us. I'm Austin Torres.
And I'm Anneliese Petersmark.
And I'm sad you didn't speak in Japanese.
No one wants that. No one. I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna be. I feel like it'd be very disrespectful if I just
butcher Japanese.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And I'm gonna butcher some stuff we say today, but I'm gonna try really, really hard.
I think we all are, but it's all just know it's with love, right?
Yeah.
I don't watch Japanese movies too often, unless they're Godzilla.
I was gonna say we've watched 2 in the last month.
I'm really proud of me. Unfortunately, they were both rewatches. I gotta get better, but I'm still really proud of me.
It's okay, guys. I got it. I watch a lot of anime. No, that was a joke. Please don't. I mean, I do watch anime, but I'm not. Please don't associate me with that type of anime watcher. Thank you.
The closest I get to watching anime was when I was 4, and it was Pokemon.
Yeah, that is anime.
That was my anime. And then it's sometimes Yu-Gi-Oh would be on, and
Fucking loved Yu-Gi-Oh.
I didn't get into it, but I had a deck. Also, we're talking about Ringu today.
Yeah, we should probably talk about Ringu, actually.
This is not the Yu-Gi-Oh episode.
No.
But stay tuned.
I'm making that happen.
Okay.
So, for those of you who don't know, Ringu is the 1998 Japanese film that ended up spurring an American remake in 2002 called The Ring, which you may or may not have heard of. Pretty popular flick there. You've at least heard of one or the other, you know?
I would say this kind of move, the two of them combined, probably top 50 most well-known
I agree.
horror movie.
Totally. So just getting into what is this movie about? When her niece is found dead along with 3 friends after viewing a supposedly cursed videotape, reporter Reiko Asakawa sets out to investigate. Along with her husband Ryuji, Reiko finds the tape, watches it, and promptly receives a phone call informing her that she'll die in a week. Determined to get to the bottom of the curse, Reiko and Ryuji discover the video's origin and attempt to solve an old murder that could break the spell.
Ooh.
So what's your personal connection with this?
Well, it's funny. I got distracted with the power of the Blue Eyes White Dragon earlier, so I forgot to mention that we are doing this month's theme is Fuck Around and Find Out. Mm-hmm. This is a very, I think when you think of Fuck Around and Find Out, Ringu comes as a part of it. My personal connection with this film stems from just the power that The Ring had, the American Naomi Watts version, that film had on the young millennial, old Gen Z. Mm-hmm. Came out in 2002, so I was 7 or 8, depending on when that movie came out. And, it's a really fucking scary movie, so I avoided it as long as I could. I end up watching the American version for the first time in high school. It was one of the films that my mom got me into in this period where I started really liking horror movies. I consider it part of this kind of club, like A Nightmare on Elm Street, 7, Saw, The Ring, that my mom we went out and got these movies and Scream, obviously. Mm-hmm. In high school, Austin fell in love with horror at this time. I didn't watch this version until 2020, I believe. I watched it for the first time because Would You Die used to be a YouTube show.
Yeah.
I watched this January 1st, 2021.
Wow.
The power of the internet. I know this because of Letterboxd. I logged it. But anyways, I watched this for the first time because I wanted to do an episode on Samara. So I decided to watch the Japanese original, and I loved it. I love the American version. That's the one I grew up with. That's the one I would say I like more. But it's all nostalgia. I think this version is fantastic. And when we were coming up with this month's theme, Fuck Around and Find Out, I was like, we have to do The Ring. But then I was like, and we'll talk about it, but you're like, we don't.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I really want to kind of like do better about watching international films.
Yeah.
And there's only 2 this year, but it could have been 0.
True.
So I'm and not including the Godzilla Project, which subscribe to our Patreon
Yup.
for that. Or don't. The first episode of the Godzilla Project's free.
Yeah, the only one that's out right now, free.
Yep. But
more coming like very soon, like
yes.
this month. So
yes,
subscribe.
Yep. But I really wanted to like, I need to do better with watching world cinema.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And not just American. Mm-hmm. So I made it your problem too.
You did.
But no, I think this Japanese original is a fantastic film, and I want us. The Naomi Watts version we'll cover at some point, I'm sure. Maybe not.
No, we can.
But this one, I'm like, I want to give this one some love.
For sure.
How about you? What's your personal connection with this film?
Well, everyone kind of knows my personal connection with this film because I've talked about it on the podcast a lot when I talk about my backstory in horror. I watched the Naomi Watts 2002 version of The Ring probably a year or 2 after it came out. I was 6 or 7.
Ooh.
I was not. I saw that movie for the first time at that point. Was scared shitless. Couldn't had nightmares for months afterwards. Thanks, Dad. And decided horror was not for me. Just not my thing. Not a good time. Never watched a horror movie again until I got to college, and then Austin made me watch horror movies, and now here we are, and now I have to watch it a fucking again, except for in Japanese this time.
Culture.
Yeah, but I am glad that I watched this one.
Okay,
I was so scared to watch it because I was like, that's the one. And I know that when you're 6, things are scarier than they are. That being said, everybody and their mom who talks about this movie, like The Ring or Ringu, whichever one, is like, yeah, that movie's fucking terrifying. Why'd you do that? So, I was a little scared to rip the Band-Aid off, but I'm glad that I watched it. And then I'm a huge fan of it sounds really pretentious to be like, I'm a huge fan of foreign cinema, but I really enjoy specifically Japanese and Korean films, Studio Ghibli films, obviously, but also if we're going in the vein of Korean, Train to Busan and Parasite and all the big ones. So I wanted to, and I really liked the Godzilla movie that we watched. So I was really excited to kind of branch more into Japanese horror. Yes.
I have a confession.
Okay.
Do you want to guess my confession based off of the context of when I raised my hand?
Is it that you've never seen Parasite or Train to Busan?
You're on the right track, but I have seen both Parasite and Train to Busan.
Okay.
I've never seen a Studio Ghibli film.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding.
That's so fucking wild.
Right?
What?
I feel like I know of them. I used to sell a bunch of them when I worked at Box Lunch.
Yeah.
Not the movies, but
shit for the movies. Yeah.
Spirited Away merch and My Neighbor Totoro and
You
Princess
love
Mononoke.
Spirited Away.
Princess Mononoke.
Yeah.
That's the hot one with the wolf.
Yeah.
I am surprised you haven't seen Spirited Away. At minimum.
Ponyo. I know Ponyo.
Crazy.
Or at least of them. Ponyo's a fish, I think.
Yep.
But no, I've never seen one, and I feel like they're fantastic.
They are.
But it never happened.
You should. You unmuted your mic in a way that made me feel like you had a comment to make.
Oh, no. I just was upset that you said 6 or 7 because I teach middle school.
This was not on purpose.
I know, but it broke my heart. Anyway,
you brought the 6, 7 jokes to this podcast.
I didn't want to.
Anakin, you're breaking my heart.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You're going down a path I cannot follow.
Go
ahead.
Ringu.
What was the first time you saw Ringu or The Ring?
Well, the first time I saw Ringu was yesterday. The first time I saw The Ring, I was probably about 10 years old, I think.
Yeah, it's a fucking scary movie.
So I saw that movie. Here's the thing about The Ring for me is like, I want to be clear because this is going to sound super weird and like pretentious, and that's not how I mean it. The Ring didn't scare me the way I think it scared other people. It scared me in the sense that like it's a scary movie and I was 10.
Okay.
But I have always like, while I still find them scary, I've always struggled to like feel visceral fear from movies that in my head are like where I can disconnect and be like, that is not real. So like slasher movies scared me more as a kid because I'm like, that could fucking happen. You know what I mean? So like the movie that scared me, and we don't have to get like in this movie, but like the movie that scared me more than any movie as a kid was the movie The Strangers. That movie scared the crap out of me.
And that's like an ultra gritty. Well, gritty's the wrong word for that movie, but like it's a realistic,
right. And
down to earth.
It's a home invasion film. I watched it alone in my home at like 14 years old, and I was like, I'm gonna die tonight. But like supernatural stuff never really got to me as much because I was like, I don't think that will happen. It seems unlikely. You know what I mean? That it will happen to me. Not necessarily that it could happen.
I'm the opposite of that.
Really?
The supernatural stuff always got under my skin.
Well, like, I totally get it because, and don't get me wrong, like when I'm watching as a 10-year-old, like her crawl out of the TV at the end of the movie, like that scared me, but like in a way that I was like, that's terrifying, but also feels like it probably won't happen to me.
Like last week, like here's my thing with Supernatural. Last week we talked about Candyman, and I'm like, listen, I know it's fake, but I'm still not gonna say that name 5 times
for sure. Yeah.
I'm superstitious enough that I won't do it.
Right, and like my brain knows.
But
Here's the thing, that, and it's like I know it probably won't happen, but at the same time, I don't want to fuck around and find out.
That's the month. I get it.
But no, I know what you mean. When I was little, it's funny because like I'm saying like Supernatural always got under my skin, but when I was like little, around that age, the movies that scare me more than anything were the Mikey My movies.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think it's because he's a little bit of both.
Yeah, he's the shape.
Yeah, that terrified me. That would give me visceral fear. That and clips from a movie called Suspiria, but like the OG Japanese, the OG Italian version, very different from Japanese. But yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Let's put this videotape in.
So let's not. Once again, we'll not be doing that because I'm pretty sure it's not real, but I'm not gonna fuck around and find out.
Yep.
So
that's smart.
Historical context a little bit. The Ringu was based on the 1991 novel of the same name, Ring, by Koji Suzuki, who has admitted that he took inspiration from a couple different places, but prominently his main inspiration seems to be Chizuko Mifune, who was a self-proclaimed clairvoyant during the early 1900s. So Mifune was born into a family of folk medicine practitioners. She was very religious. When she was 22, she married an army lieutenant and moved in with her in-laws. She was introduced to hypnosis by her brother-in-law and allegedly developed her powers by breathing and meditation exercises. Meanwhile, I'm sorry about this one. It's multiple syllables. That's my bad. Tomokichi Fukurai, who is an assistant professor of psychology at the University of Tokyo, wanted to validate the existence of ESP. And so he was convinced that Shizuko Mifune's powers were real when he privately tested her. Then he did a public test, much like is seen in the movie. She, appeared to read messages inside envelopes, a bunch of different kind of tricks. But basically, she was seen as a charlatan. He was heavily criticized by the press. Most people, don't really believe that it was legit. Because Mifune was left alone with test envelopes in a room and or she would turn her back on the audience to psychically probe, but actually was probably looking at the envelopes. That being said, because of the criticism and public ridicule that she faced in 1911 when she was only 25 years old, she committed suicide by ingesting poison. So obviously she was used as the inspiration behind Shizuko, who is the mother of Sadako. But yeah, that's kind of where most of the lore came from there. And then obviously Koji Suzuki extrapolated, well, what if that was real and what if she had a child and what would that look like?
And that's all from the book.
Yes.
Because then Hideo Nakata, he's the director of this one.
Yeah.
And if I'm correct, this isn't the first Ring movie. There's there's a lot of Ring movies.
Well, yes, there are a lot of Ring movies.
This is kind of the one that became a cultural phenomenon.
I do think this is the first one, though.
I'm just double checking because I think there's a pre-movie or.
Well, yeah, there are other movies that are prequels, but they took place or they were released after.
So it's this is the first one based off of that book, but I think there were films of
there are 4 books. This one, the first one came out in 1991. The first movie came out in 1990. What was it? 8. But Spiral, which was based on the sequel, came out very soon after. It was
okay, I
year.
think I'm thinking of Spiral.
Yeah, that one wasn't received well. So then Ring 2 came out in 1999, and then there was a prequel, Ring 0 Birthday, and then way in 2019 they did Sadako. However, Spiral then kind of there was 2 branches. So there was the sequel, because Spiral didn't do well, there was a sequel, Ring 2, and then that got sequels. But then Spiral ended up also getting sequels. It got Sadako 3D, Sadako 3D 2, and then Sadako DX.
And at some point they made Sadako versus Kayako, who is the Engi ghost from The Grudge.
Yes. But I don't think that is canonically connected to anything else. I think it's just kind of its own standalone.
And that's
movie-ish.
cool too. Kind of I'm not going to say what I was going to say just in case. But for the listeners, Alien versus Predator.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you knew that.
I do know that exists.
But I didn't know if you knew that that's not technically canon to either.
I'm not surprised now that I know more about the franchise. I definitely thought they were more closely connected. Now that I've seen multiple movies from the franchises, I understand that that's true.
And yeah, that came out in 2004. And every subsequent Alien and Predator movie don't really talk about it. Them.
Yeah, and then
I think there's some Easter eggs in Predator movies, though, but
gotcha.
Yeah.
There's also Ring the Final Chapter, which was a television series that was produced in 1995 or 1999. And then there was 2 remakes. There was the American remake, The Ring, and then in 1999, South Korea made a remake called The Ring Virus.
And the American remake, starring Naomi Watts, directed by Gore Verbinski, that got a sequel. And the sequel was directed by Hideo Nakata.
Yes.
Which I think is really cool.
Can I just say, I think if your name is Gore, you have to do horror movies. And I know he doesn't just do horror movies. And I know his full name is Gregor. I get that conceptually.
Which means it's a choice
that being
to go
said,
as Gore.
Homie needs to make more horror movies. That's hello. Anyway, sorry. That's all. He did that too.
Do you like ghost stories? You're in one.
So
That was scary when it was 2003 and I was 9.
So
Sorry, go ahead.
I wanted to talk a little bit about like the main differences between the book and the movie really quick before we get into it.
Yeah.
So in the book's protagonist is a completely different character. The book's protagonist is Kazuyuki Asakawa, who is a Tokyo newspaper reporter, kind of like Reiko is in the movie, but he is a man. He has a wife, he has a daughter, and that's that. Ryuji is a completely different motherfucker.
But he's in the book.
He's in the book, but oh boy, is he different. This is like, I guess, slight trigger warning. So Ryuji is Kazuyuki's like very unhinged best friend. So he enlists his help to help unravel the mystery, but he like is mostly enlisted because of his really weird mental disposition. He's kind of something of a genius. He's like a professor at a university like he is in the movie. But like the reason that Kazuyuki enlists him is because he's kind of fucked up. And so he knows that like Ryuji will kind of just like go along with this, even if it does turn out to be like real and sinister. The first time we meet Ryuji in the book, he just goes and is like, hey, I raped somebody today. And Kazuyuki's like, the narrator is literally like internally like, this doesn't really surprise me. This is like the third time he's done this and he gets away with it all the time. He's a different guy in the book.
Yeah. He's cool in the movie.
Yeah, he's very cool in the movie.
You want to know a big reason why, listener? And also Lisa?
Tell me.
He is played by Hiroyuki Sanada. And that guy's cool.
That's true.
And guys, in case you don't know who Hiroyuki Sanada is, you know him from the hit show Shogun. I don't watch TV. I know him as Scorpion from the new Mortal Kombat movie.
You're so right. Wait, I'm sorry. Stop. I've never seen like his face young. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, this is like I love
This is wild. Yeah, he's like real.
He just got hit. Well, yeah, he's real, but he just got his American big break recently. He's in Avengers Endgame. He plays the ninja who fights.
He was in a lot of movies
Ronin.
that were like American before now.
But
yes.
I feel like just recently, within the past 10 years, he got his the average American film goer.
That's probably true.
Knows his face.
I feel like it's really important that you all know that I know him from Lost.
Okay, I don't know Lost.
That's okay. Nobody knows Lost anymore.
I mean, he's been acting for a very long time.
Yeah. But so Ryuji is very different in the book. He sucks in the book, but like helps him. Meanwhile, Kazuyuki's wife and daughter watch the videotape. So then it becomes that race against time.
Okay.
So that's kind of like what his primary motivation ends up being. So it's like similar to the original story or to the, not the original story, to the movie in that, you know, she watches the tape, her son watches the tape. They gotta solve the mystery, but it's a little bit different and kind of quite darker, actually, if you can believe it.
I can.
Yeah. This is Fuck Around and Find Out month. Let's talk about the rules.
The rules.
The rules. Rules are pretty simple. You watch the tape, you die in 6-7 days.
Unfortunately, this is, in fact, my last episode on this podcast.
That was on purpose. I'm just kidding. You watch it and you die in 7 days.
Exactly.
Exactly.
To the minute.
And the only way to stop it, which we don't find out until the end of the movie, spoiler alert, spoiler, is to copy the tape and make someone else watch it.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Like, share, and subscribe, as we say nowadays.
Smash that bell.
So let's talk about the rule breakers.
Yeah.
The first one that we personally meet is Tomoko. who is our main character's niece. We see her in the opening. She watches it with a friend. She gets the call. She's dead 7 days later. And she is dead with the most horrifying look on her face. God, I hate it. I hate it so bad.
The flashback to it
just like
is
it's
one, such a good scare.
Like there's because like they show the footage of like what she looks like when they're going through the tapes.
Yeah.
But then like when Reiko's sister or like sister-in-law, assumedly sister, is like, I found her right here, and they just flash to it. I'm like, holy shit, fuck, God, shit, fuck.
And they do it really well in the remake too, but I feel like it's a little, I mean, the original does it a little better, I think.
I really liked this movie, and we'll talk about that more later. But
because like the original, I just remember her head slumping over, whereas this one, it like jump cuts even closer.
yeah,
Maybe it's not a jump cut, but it's a cut to a close up.
right.
And it's, yeah, I liked how they did it in this one.
It was wild. So Tomoko ends up with 4 of her friends kind of watching this dying, right? So then Reiko, who goes to try to solve the mystery, finds the tape at the hotel, watches the tape. Should we talk about the tape?
I think we should.
Okay. What do you notice about the tape?
It's scary.
That. Yeah.
It's like,
It's a hard-hitting analysis right there.
I got my degree in film studies.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah. So we open up on the tape and it's this lady and she's brushing her hair. And we later find out that this is Sadako's mom.
Yeah.
And then it kind of flashes to like she's looking in the mirror and then like it flashes and like Sadako's in the background being creepy and weird. And then I think it's the Japanese kanji that spells something, but I don't remember what it is.
Sado.
No, before that.
Oh, eruption, I think.
Eruption. Which
They say.
That one I don't get. Oh, I do get it. No, it's
Yeah.
the prediction. It's the because they go to the island and she throws her.
I don't remember the order of the images, but it's a lot of creepy images.
Yeah.
Not quite. It's not montage.
Right. And then there's Sado. And then there's the guy with the towel on his head.
Yeah. And then there's like the people walking towards the.
Right. But like in a weird way.
Yeah. It's like watching an experimental film.
Right.
Where the edits
Which isn't fun.
It's like a
don't
Rorschach painting, but in film form.
Yeah. And then final shot is the well.
Yeah. Well.
That's what they say. So she watches the video, and after she's done, she's like, wow, that was crazy. She says that out loud, but in Japanese. No, but she gets the phone call, and that's when she kind of like, the thing that I really like about this movie, just as an aside, is that there's no real, like, with the exception of Ryuji, there's no real pushback to like we don't have to do the stupid thing where like we as the people watching the horror movie know it's real, but everybody in the horror movie is treating it like, no, that's not real. It's just an old like superstition.
Right.
And then eventually like they do, like they have to confront it. That doesn't really happen in this one. They just kind of like from the moment that Reiko gets that call, she's like, I guess so. Fuck. Yep. You know, and I like that. I like that we just get into it.
Because once she fucks around, she found out.
She like does not waste time finding out.
She's like, oh shit, I fucked up. I fucked around.
Yeah.
I don't want to find out more. Let's get this shit done.
Right. Exactly. So then for other people who fucked around and found out, other rule breakers, we have Ryuji, who watches the tape as the request of Reiko. Ryuji is such an interesting character in this.
Apparently much better than
absolutely,
book
but
version.
Still kind of wild. I think one of my favorite shots of the entire film is Ryuji and Yoichi looking at each other in the rain.
Who is Yoichi?
The son.
Yes, for the listeners.
Sorry, yeah.
We haven't mentioned him yet.
Reiko's son, Yuichi, who we later find out is also Ryuji's son.
Yep.
Them staring at each other in the rain before Ryuji goes off to school and he goes up to the apartment is like it's so sad. Like it's such a sad moment.
Really don't acknowledge each other. And then Yoichi, just walks past.
Yeah.
They just kind of stare at each other, and and then the son walks past without saying a word.
Yeah. It's like a weird dichotomy, right? Because like Reiko and Ryuji obviously have like a relationship enough that she would call him and she would trust him with something like this.
Right.
And she would be like, I need you to come help me. But obviously not enough for him to like stick around and be,
Right.
I mean, sure, marriages don't work out, but stick around and be present for his kid. You know what I mean? Like not even a little bit.
And like Yoichi, he is played like older than, he's like what, 8, maybe younger.
Yeah.
But he dresses himself. He has his mom's clothes laid out for her. He understands adults.
There's even like
Just
a scene.
I'm sorry.
Well, like I think it's kind of again to the point of like Reiko is a full-time worker, which is like not her fault. She has to be, but she also is like kind of preoccupied with this thing. And like there's a scene later in the movie where she's like, okay, like dinner's in the microwave, like make sure you turn it on, like do this, do that, like you have to make sure you get ready for school. And he's like, I have the day off. Like his own mom didn't even really know, like he, you know, didn't have to go to school. So,
Right.
Weird.
And then when she knew she was going to go on like a journey, only then she's like, okay, you got to go to Grandpa.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love Grandpa.
Yeah,
in
he's great.
In this movie. When they're fishing and Yoichi just like,
You're not very good.
yeah, you're not very good at this. Grandpa's like, he just starts laughing. It's so cute.
It is. Speaking of Yoichi, he is kind of our final rule breaker of the story, at least that we personally deal with. So Yoichi at Grandpa's watches the tape at like 3 a.m, and Reiko comes in and starts screaming and is like, why did you bring that tape here? And he was like, because Tamako told me to.
Yeah.
His cousin.
Who died in the cold open.
Terrifying. So obviously like Reiko is like stressed out because now she not only has to deal with Sadako, but she has to deal with like the like evil spirit of her niece confronting and pressuring her young son to do something. So now she has an even bigger reason to stop this because she has watched the tape.
Right.
Ryuji has watched the tape. And now Yoichi has watched the tape.
And if she don't live, then her son don't live.
Correct. So, yeah. Terrifying turn of events here. So we get kind of through the investigation and we start to unravel the mystery.
Yeah.
And it's very similar to the story that I mentioned earlier in the historical context about Chizuko Mifune, where they learn about Shizuko Yamamura, who is the woman brushing her hair on the tape. And she gained notoriety following a public demonstration of her psychic ability. Then she allegedly committed suicide because it was, number one, she was humiliated.
Yep.
And number two, because it was discovered that she had an affair with Dr. Akuma, who was doing the testing on her. We then find out that during that demonstration, Suzuko's young daughter, Sadako, killed a journalist. And they basically come to the conclusion, I don't remember how exactly, but they come to the conclusions that Dr. Akuma is the one who pushed Sadako and trapped her inside the well.
So we didn't mention this. Ryuji is psychic.
Yeah.
And when he touches a well, and when Reiko touches a well, they see.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's when they touch the well, they get the vision of the doctor killing Sadako.
Yes.
Which we haven't talked about this just yet. We haven't really talked the differences between the Japanese ring and the American ring.
Yeah, again,
Sadako and Samara are the same.
Yeah.
Character. Like, yeah.
Right.
So Japanese, it's Sadako. American,
It's Samara.
It's Samara.
Right.
But yeah, we're in case some of y'all are listening didn't know that we're not saying Samara wrong.
We're not just like really bad at reading, I promise.
Yeah, this movie, it's Sadako.
Yes. Basically, they go to the well, they drain the water, they find Sadako's remains. Reiko stays alive. And so they're like, great, the curse must be broken. Wrong. So Ryuji, on his own, his TV turns on by itself, and immediately we watch the tape, and it is Sadako coming out of the well.
Yeah.
She comes out of the well. She comes toward the camera or the TV. She climbs out of the TV, and she kills Ryuji in like a very violent manner. Reiko hears his last moments over the phone, then kind of realizes, okay, what did I do differently?
Yeah.
Well, I made a copy and I showed it to Ryuji. So in order to save her son, Yoichi, she calls her dad, Grandpa, who we all love.
Yep.
She's like, hey, I got to show you something for Yoichi. And then she drives off into the sunset to her dad's house. All kinds of fucked up, by the way.
The end.
You know who I would have shown it to?
Who?
I would have shown it to the fucking grad student who was trying to flirt with you, Ryuji, right in front of me. I would have been like, actually, you, come sit with me. I need to show you this.
I would have shown it to Trevor.
Fucking Trevor.
You don't believe in Candyman? You're going to believe in Sadako.
Correct. So, talking about its cultural impact, it kind of brought upon a horror revival in Japan, which leads to probably most famously Ju-on the Grudge, but there are other horror movies as well.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What do you think is bigger, Ringu or Ju-on the Grudge?
Ringu.
I think so too. But the Grudge is huge.
Yeah, the Grudge is definitely huge. I feel like, I mean, what do you think? The Ring or the Grudge?
I can't speak for like the Japanese films because I feel like I don't know enough culturally and contextually about the impact of them there. In like here in the United States of America, I think undoubtedly the Ring has a much firmer footprint in horror culture.
They were both parodied in the Scary Movie franchise.
That's true.
That is true.
Cindy, your TV's leaking.
That being said, my mom, Sarah Michelle Gellar, is in the Grudge. So.
And that was produced by Sam Raimi, I think.
Wow, I didn't know that. I've never seen The Grudge, to be honest.
I've seen clips of it, but I've never seen it all the way through.
It was produced by Sam Raimi. That's crazy. You've never seen The Grudge? Have you seen Ju-on?
Yeah, I've seen the Japanese original.
Okay.
But I've never, and I've seen parts of the American Grudge, but I've never seen it all the way.
Right.
The Japanese original is fantastic, though.
Yeah. And then obviously, as we've already talked about, it spurred on several English remakes, as well as like a whole series that has been going on, I think as recently as 2022.
I think there was a recent one, but I don't think it...
recent Ring movie, but again, I think that was in Japan, and I don't know how well it did over there.
Well, there was a recent American one, like Rings.
Yeah.
But it came and went, and that's the nicest thing I can say about it.
Kind. Okay, are we ready for our superlatives?
Our superlative rings.
Our
Superlatives.
superlatives? No. Our Sadakolatives?
Well, that's not better than mine.
I didn't say it was. I was just experimenting.
This is the wrong movie, but Samarlatives.
Samarlatives is so much better.
But it's the wrong movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Sadakolatives.
Sadakolatives is what I said.
Superlative
These are just sounds. We're just saying sounds.
We're just saying sounds.
All words are made up.
Ringlerlatives.
Ringlerlatives.
Sorry. Stop. Everybody stop. Everybody rewind.
Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with a brand new invention.
Something.
Grabs a hold of me.
No, stop. We have to stop. Okay. Who would you save?
Grandpa.
That's fair.
I like how he said, like, what are you fucking talking about?
I would save Yoichi. Like, I understand that I don't want Grandpa to die, but I would do it by literally anybody else.
Me
what
too.
about the
Me
fucking
too.
intern? You know what I mean? Like the intern who just like kind of does whatever she wants him to do. Like, do that. What is your favorite scare?
I love when Sadako kills Ryuichi at the end, even though he's my favorite character. But it's so scary when she like comes out of the TV, and I believe they shot the actress who plays Sadako. They shot her scenes backwards, so she's like moving backwards.
Right.
But then they reversed it, so she looks all unnatural when she's going towards Hiroyuki Sanada. And then that image of the eye, it's iconic.
Yeah.
Iconic.
But
That's my, and there's a lot of good scares in this movie, but to be basic bitch, it's my favorite.
Fair.
How about you?
I was gonna say part of that scene specifically when she comes out of the well, because that's kind of like the oh fuck moment. You know what I mean? Like, but I will instead, because that's kind of too close, I will say when it does that kind of like weird jump scare to Tomoko's like dead body.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Tony Todd Award for movie MVP. I feel like you're gonna have the same one as me, but
I might not. I'm going to say Hiroyuki Sanada.
Same.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's also who I was gonna say.
My man, listen, I love Hiroyuki Sanada. And even though I did say, and I do believe American pop culture wise, he's finally having his moment. He's been in American movies for a while, as you correctly.
Yeah.
Like he's in The Last Samurai. He's in Danny Boyle's Sunshine.
Yeah.
But like recently, as you said, Lost. He was in The Wolverine with Hugh Jackman. Some other stuff. Did you ever see the movie Life?
No, I don't think so.
It's an Alien ripoff, but it's really good. As for what it is, has Jake Gyllenhaal, Rebecca Ferguson, Ryan Reynolds.
Damn.
Obviously, Hiroyuki Sanada. I liked that movie. I liked it a lot. As I said earlier, Avengers Endgame. Did I say Bullet Train?
No, you didn't, but yeah, that.
He's in Bullet Train. He's great in that. John Wick Chapter 4. He was awesome.
Rush Hour 3.
Yeah. Yeah. But then like I said, my favorite is he's now Scorpion in the new Mortal Kombat movies.
Right.
I think that's such a good casting. And that's my favorite Mortal Kombat character. So yeah, he's killing it. And then I would say his most famous role is Shogun.
Yeah, probably at this point.
He's won like all the awards for that role. So I'm glad that he's finally getting his flower. But as this movie show, he's been around for a while. And I think it's cool watching this movie and like watching this movie now and seeing how young he was. And
yeah, absolutely.
he was great. He was great then, but also we haven't given her flowers. Nanako Matsushima, who plays Raiko, she's awesome.
I was just about to say, not only is she like amazing in this role, which obviously she is, I mentioned this to Jeremy yesterday. I was like, she might be one of those beautiful women I've ever seen.
Yeah.
She's
I agree with that.
Gorgeous.
And she's tall.
Yeah.
I looked it up because like she on the screen she looks taller than Hiroyuki Sanada, and I'm like,
yeah, she's 5'8".
Yeah, I'm like, is she tall or is he short? She's tall.
Yeah.
She's tall. So I think the two leads in this are fantastic, but I am gonna give my award winner to Hiroyuki Sanada. As are you.
Yep. Is the score better than Jaws?
No. That's it. That's my answer.
Oh, okay. Usually you say but.
Not today.
Dang, I actually really like this score.
I thought it was good, but like I got nothing else to say about it.
That's
it wasn't
fair.
bad.
Okay.
I think I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think part of it is because I do think this is where the American Ring is much better than this version.
Okay.
I think the Japanese version is better than the American version. I like the American version more because that's the one I grew up with.
Fair.
But I think the Japanese version just, I don't know, the American version is so stylized. I
Yeah.
think that makes the Japanese version scarier. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to the scores, the American version has Hans Zimmer.
True.
And he's kind of doing a play on the famous Desiree death theme for Samara. And it's just really cool how he plays with that motif. And I really enjoy the score for the American version. So watching this, the score just doesn't hit for me. But there's a great sound, a very tense sound atmosphere, our sonic atmosphere through sound design in addition to the score. But what do you think about the score?
I liked it. I think you're probably right. I think The Ring probably has a better score. Again, I haven't seen The Ring since I was probably 7 years old.
I think I've seen it a
So-
few more times than you.
Probably. I do actually like this composer. I've heard his other stuff. It may be because he's not generally a horror movie composer. He is generally a composer for a lot of anime.
Oh, so I probably don't know his work at all.
Yeah, so he's probably the most famous things that he's worked on are probably Mob Psycho 100, which is an anime show that came out in 2016, and the Ghost in the Shell movie, not the one that you probably know with Scarlett Johansson.
Well, I know.
The original one.
It's like an anime at first, right? Okay.
Yeah. So the anime movie Ghost in the Shell is like probably what he's known for most, other than Ringu, you know. So
Yeah.
But yeah, I generally think that his scores are very fun and they're very like well timed, if that makes sense. But yeah, I guess I understand why it may not be like super suited to a horror movie.
Well, I don't know if I would say that. I'm just saying for me particular, it didn't strike me as one of my faves.
Right.
But watching the movie, I mean, I love the movie. I'm not going to love your movie if I don't like your score.
That's fair.
Whereas you can make a shitty movie, but if the score rocks, I'll forgive it.
Fair. Cool. Is this a fine addition to your collection? Do you own this movie?
I do not own the Japanese version.
Gotcha.
I do own the American version on Blu-ray.
Cool.
That's about it. I don't have a lot of Ring stuff
Gotcha.
yet.
Well, first of all, I told you guys last week, I thought that Fuck Around and Find Out month in general was going to be a hard no for me. I definitely thought Ringu was going to be a hard no for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to change it to a soft maybe.
Ooh.
I really liked the coloring of this movie. I like
do
how
too.
drab it is. And it almost looks like it's black and white, but it's not. You know,
Yeah.
I fucking love that. I don't know what that's called. I was not a film major in college, but I really like that. I think that it is such a stark contrast to a lot of the like really gory, like bright blood that we see in a lot of other horror movies.
Right. And desaturated is not the right word. It's not desaturated, but it's
No.
it's just got
a lack of color. Like everything
Right.
they filmed everything like wearing neutral colors. They filmed everything in like
it's in the
very
production design.
neutral. Yeah. Like it's very intentional and it's very cool.
Whereas in the American version, it has a green tint to it.
Right.
It's color corrected. It's stylized.
Yeah. Which I like as well. But
Yeah.
I just think like there's something about the fact that like it almost feels like Sadako is draining the life out of the whole movie that I really enjoy.
Yeah, in the Japanese version, there's like a matter-of-factness to the cinematography.
Yeah.
That I think, for me, makes it a little scarier.
Okay, what was your guys' Letterboxd reviews? Jeremy, did you do one?
Yes, I did.
I was gonna
Bring them
say,
out. Bring them out.
You watched this one. So
I
you
did
should
watch
be able
this
to.
one. Okay. So I give this movie 3.5 stars. And I said, I normally procrastinate doing my Letterboxd review, but damn it, they gave me a 7-day deadline.
That's good.
That is a good one. Am I next?
You are next.
Never remember. So I gave this 3.5 stars and a heart. I said my triumphant return to horror has finally led me back to this, watching Ringu under the covers with one eye closed. Make no mistake, the rating has everything to do with the terror that I feel and nothing to do with the actual quality of the movie. Were it a rom-com, it would be a 5-star watch.
I like that. My turn. I gave it 4 stars and a heart.
Yeah.
And I said, I'd be mad too if everyone who watched my short films fucking died.
so funny. I can't.
I love the concept that it was just a short film. That's so funny. I love that. That's a great review.
That's so I'm sorry. I can't.
I'm so proud of that review. And it's got no likes yet.
I love
And this
that.
is my villain origin story.
Is it worse or better than if everyone who watched your short films fucking died?
Yay, I got a like. It pays to have friends.
Who have to listen to your Letterboxd reviews.
Yeah. Wait, what is the otters say in Guardians 3? It's a lovely day to have friends.
I believe you. I've only seen that movie once.
Oh. Well, anyways, that's me.
Beautiful.
I'm the Linda Cardellini otter.
Okay, there are no Supernatural alumni in this one. Kind of not shocking, probably.
Hiroyuki Sanada didn't cross over to Supernatural.
You know, if anybody were going to,
it would be him, yeah.
Our special edition superlatives for this month is scale of 1 to 10. How much did they find out? Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I'm going to say a solid 7.
Okay.
Because
that's a good compromise between my two ratings that I had. So I'll take 7.
Okay. I'm going to, and here's my big reasoning why. Because they fucked around.
Yeah.
But Ryuji never found out. Like, he never, like, yeah, he died, but like, he didn't get to the make a copy.
But he found out about what happens if you fuck around.
Yeah.
He didn't find out about how to not find out. He found out about finding out.
I'm just saying, like, he didn't find out all the way.
See, I put Ryuji 10. Dead.
Yeah.
Reiku, like 4. She was literally never in any danger, and she figured out the riddle before her son died.
Yeah.
So, like, I would go 7 as a good compromise.
Okay, 7.
Yeah, 7.
I see what you're saying. I think we're in agreement. I just said it wrong.
No, I don't think you said it wrong. Austin, would you die?
No. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I would watch that tape. I'd be like, yo, this shit is sick. And I'd share it with all my friends. I wouldn't even know there was danger. And I know this as a fact. You know why? I have a podcast where I make my friends watch the horror movies I want to watch.
That's a good point.
So I would not die. How about you? Would you die?
Yes, Austin would make me watch this fuck ass movie and then I would die.
You're not going to share it? I mean, we wouldn't even know. We wouldn't even know to share it.
I wouldn't know to share it. So I would just be like, Austin made me watch this weird ass fuck ass movie. No, I'm not going to share it because it was weird and fuck ass.
I'd be safe.
That's fair. Austin, where can the people find you on social media?
You can find me checking out all the weird ass horror short films at my local Blockbuster. Also find me at Austin M. Torres across the socialverse, Instagram and Letterboxd. Like my reviews on Letterboxd. I get sad. You can find us on YouTube at Would You Die Show. Also follow us on Instagram at Would You Die Show. YouTube channel. We got the podcast. We got the short films. You know it. Like, share, and subscribe. Share so you don't end up like Ryuji.
Mm-hmm.
And then subscribe to our Patreon, where we have bonus episodes. Would you ball? The Godzilla Project. We are hitting our stride on Patreon. So follow us there. Get all that bonus content. It's only $3 a month. Tell your friends. Ask your friends, would you ball? Do they like Godzilla? Boy, do we have a show for you. Where can the people find you?
The people can find me proving my ESP powers in front of a board of doctors and news anchors, or you can find me at Whimsawillow on Letterboxd, on Instagram, anywhere really. Jeremy, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Annually Funny pretty much on all the socials and Letterboxd, where I am new. I only have 2 followers, so come do that.
And I think they're me and Anneliese.
They're in the room, guys. They're in the room.
You're not going to do the funny bit that we've been doing this whole time?
You can find me in 8 days because I would never watch anything that had that level of superstition attached to it.
That's fair.
But not 9 days. I make it 8 days. I don't know why.
You get hit by a bus.
I make it 8.
Okay. Huge thank you to Jeremy Lippitt for producing our show. Thank you to Josie Palmer for producing our theme music for our show. Check her out on Spotify and Apple Music. A big thank you also to our graphics displayed on our social media, which are done by Alec Gibson at Crosshook Creative. You can check out more of his stuff at wearecrosshook.com. Austin, do you have a hint for next episode?
I do. Next week, we're talking about something where if he's after you, y'all must have done something real bad. Until then, I'm Austin Torres.
And I'm Anneliese Petersmark.
Try not to die.